Welcome back, all of you, to our 10th Standard Information and Communication Technology. We discussed about vector and raster images in the last class. We compared them and got the differences between them. Related to this, you were given a task to write. Have you all completed it? I believe that all of you have completed the work, but only a few of you sent me the picture of your completed homework. All of you take your notebooks and check is it right. The first one was raster images are made of pixels. It is right. You can write correct or true or right, or you can put tick mark there. Next, vector images lose their clarity while scaling. It is wrong or false, or put cross mark there. Last one, vector images have smaller file sizes compared to raster. It is correct. Have you all checked your answers? And there was one more work to prepare a note on raster and vector images. I hope all of you have written it also. Congratulations to all who have completed the works. You know, GIMP is a raster image editing software. We studied in the last class that SVG images are vector images. Now we are going to learn a vector image editing software, Inkscape Vector Graphics Editor. In short, we say Inkscape. We can create SVG images using this software. That is, when we save images by drawing in this software, it will be saved as SVG format files. It is a free software also. We have learned about free software. We know GIMP is also a free software. What is meant by free software? Yes, the software that allows the users to run the software for any purpose as well as copy, distribute, study, change and improve is known as free software. The source code, that is program of this software, will be available for all. Anybody can make changes in it for their study purposes. That is free software. So we explained Inkscape is a vector image editing software. The files prepared using this software is SVG files, and it is a free software. There is two more specialities to this software. The facility to import and edit bitmap or raster images is available in this, and there is the facility to change the vector images created using this software into raster images. So, what are the specialties? Inkscape is a vector image editing software. It is used for creating and editing SVG images. This is a free software. We can import bitmap images and edit them in Inkscape. Using this software, we can also convert vector images into raster images. So, let us learn more about Inkscape. First, we can get familiar with its window. Let us see how to open Inkscape. We can open it in the order Applications, Graphics, Inkscape Vector Graphics Editor. This is the Inkscape window. We can see its name as New Document 1 because we haven't saved it. The first line in which we can see the file name is title bar. Below that we can see menu bar. then toolbar below it. This is the canvas of Inkscape. When we open GIMP, we have to define the size of canvas before opening it. Different from GIMP, we can draw images everywhere here in Inkscape. So the part we see in the middle is page border. This is a page and its default size is A4. This is the border of the page. We can draw images outside this border also. We can make any adjustments in the layout of page anytime we wish during our drawing. For that, we have to take document properties from file menu. There we can see a lot of options in this window. Let us look. The page is A4 as default. Page orientation is portrait. We can arrange it as landscape also. We can see the change in page when we select landscape. So haven't you got the idea? We can do this adjustments anytime during our drawing. So we can restore it into portrait. Width and height are given here. Page border is this. You can see show page border. We can see a tick mark in it. If we don't want page border, remove the tick mark. If we don't want the shadow, we can uncheck that box like this. Show page border. You can get the differences here. When I click show page border, uncheck. When I uncheck show page border, the page border will be disappeared. Then when I uncheck show border shadow, that also you can get the difference. We can see border color also here. So if we want any changes, we can bring it from here. And there is one more option. Did you see resize page to content? So after drawing the picture, if it is a big one, it is going outside the border, what can we do? Yes, we can arrange the border according to our drawings. For that, we can use resize page to content. So you can see this rectangle here. So if we click this option after selecting the image, the border will be adjusted according to this picture. So these are the main things in the document properties. The feature of Inkscape canvas is that it is a transparent one. We fill background color using blend tool or bucket tool in GIMP canvas, but here it is not possible because it is a transparent canvas. We have to draw any shapes before including the colors. Then let us see how to draw picture in canvas. What we need for this? All the things we need for it is there in the toolbox in left side. Different from GIMP, the toolbox is found along with canvas. We can see icon of tools here in toolbox. When we bring mouse pointer in each icon, we can see the uses of that tools. In the first one, we can see select and transform objects. What is an object? All the drawings, shapes, lines, letters, etc. which we draw on canvas can be called objects. For selecting and making changes in these objects, we can use Transforms tool. We will only get familiar with the important tools we need to draw our drawings. The second one is Edit Path by Nodes, that helps to edit the nodes. Have you seen this? We can get it by its shape. What is it? Yes, this will help us to create rectangles and squares, and this one for drawing circles, ellipses and arcs. This is the tool to draw Bezier curves and straight lines. You may be familiar with a calligraphic pen when you write posters. You use it to make the letters attractive and a special type. When we use this calligraphic or brush strokes, we can make it also attractive. Then all of us know the next tool. Haven't we used it in GIMP also? What is it? Yes, text tool. Create and edit text objects. We can include letters into canvas by typing with this tool. So we got the idea about these tools. Some tools are also there without icons. Let us see them also. When we click in the arrow mark below the tools on toolbox, we can see that hidden tools. 7 tools are there in that arrow. In these tools, the gradient tool is an important one which we need always. So we should remember the way to get that gradient tool. Now look here below the toolbar. This is the tool control box. We can see some changes here in tool control box when we click on each tool of toolbox. Look here, I clicked on circle tool. Some tools become visible or active here. Start, end, etc. Now when I click on calligraphic brush tool, we can see some other changes here in tool control box. So when we make changes in these options for each tool, we can maximize the possibilities of these tools for our drawings. That is, in case of circle tool, we can make semicircles or arcs by using the options in tool control box. So this is toolbox. Now what is the next step after drawing? Yes, we have to fill the color in it. For that we can use color palette below the canvas. We can see some colors on it. All the flat colors in the beginning of the color palette, and when we move to the right of the color palette, we can see a lot of variants of each color also. We can select any color from this. How do we fill color in it? For an example, I draw a circle here. We can see it is in black color. If we want to give another color, we have to click on selection tool. Now there comes arrow marks around the circle. That means the object is selected. Then we have to give a color we like. So we can change the color of the object by clicking any color we like. After clicking on the object by selection tool. Now if we don't want color to the object, we can use into mark that C on the left side of the color palette for it. When we bring the cursor there, we can see none, that is no need of color. Now there is no border. If we want any color to the object, we can click on that color. There is another technique to give color to the objects we draw in Inkscape, that is fill and stroke. We have to get the idea about what is fill and what is stroke. Fill color means the color filled inside the object, and the stroke color means the color given to the border or outline of the object. There is no paint, flat paint, linear gradient and radial gradient techniques in fill window. Now here in stroke paint window we can see same options as we see in fill window to change the color of stroke. There is one more window, that is stroke style. Using this we can change the width of the outline, line style of outline, etc. In addition to them, there are blur and opacity techniques also in that window. Blur means we can make the object faded in total. By changing opacity, we can change the depth of the color. So these are the techniques in fill and stroke window. Let us learn how to open this window and how to use the tools on it when we start to draw. Now we got the idea about Inkscape window. So what did we discuss so far? Inkscape Vector Graphics Editor is a free vector editing software. We can use Inkscape to create images with SVG format, import and edit bitmap images, convert vector images into raster images. Then, how to open Inkscape? Applications, Graphics, Inkscape Vector Graphics Editor. What are the features of Canvas? Canvas is transparent. Its default page size is A4, and we can change page size according to the content using resize page to content of document properties. Then using color palette and fill and stroke window, we can color the objects. We discussed about various tools of toolbox and their uses also. Now I am going to give you a small work to complete the table. We get familiar with the tools and their uses. You have to write the uses of the tools that we can see in the table. So we get familiar with Inkscape. Now what we have to do in Inkscape? Yes, we have to create a banner of the advertisement of a coffee shop. You can see it in our textbook. All of you look it. We will learn to draw beautiful banner like this using the techniques we learned so far in the next class. Thank you all and have a nice day.